Hello, fellow people of the earth. I am Derry50 from Runecodes Productions, and today we're going to work on InvBackup again. So first of all, one thing that's annoying me, and probably annoying everyone else, as you can see, InvBackup still is lowercase. We're going to change that, so we're going to go to File, Rename, and rename it to InvBackup, update references, and finish. And hopefully that will be alright, and there we go. Everything's good. Then we want to go to our plugin YML. And at the end here, plugins, InvBackup, which is still lowercase, and then InvBackup, capital. So anyway, now that's done. Thankfully, Eclipse just automatically updates all references. Down here, I made some mistakes. So what we want to do is, down here I said if it does not equal max saves, but we want to make it so that it's either less than or equal to max saves. We'll do the same here. And I'm going to add a little thing that overwrites old saves this episode. So over here, I put the to-do erase old ones. Pretty much what we're going to do is we want to just save number equals and then 0. Or sorry, equal 0. And I think, let me just think. I think we actually want it to be 1 if we open our play data file, I'm pretty sure. No, it sets it to 0, but when we first start we do ++. But in this case we're going to set it to 1. And we're going to copy all this stuff and put it outside of the if statement. So right at the end of this else thing, I'm going to type all this in to make it look nicer. Then we have everything down here, so it pretty much just does everything here. And then up here we don't even need this if statement. I can just get rid of this and we're fine. So we don't even need this either. It just saves it because it's saving the latest one. So we have all that good down here. All we're doing is if the current save number is less than or equal to max saves, it will just add. If not, it'll reset it and set it to 1, and then we're also setting that in. We're still setting that in. So once we get to the max saves, it will reset the int to the number 1 save. That pretty much is how that works. Alright, so I also want to start working on being able to open players' inventory, to like show inventory timestamps and stuff like that. So if we go to our inv command listener, which we created a while ago, I'm actually going to do edit, rename this to this whole file. I don't think it can actually file rename. And then inv command listener script, update references, finish. Alright, so now we can go in here, and as you can see, we have our if, and if the command label equals IB or InvBackup, all this stuff happens and it returns true because we're accessing the command. So now, in this same place, right beneath the player, where we got the player, and then above the true, we're going to type in if, and then we want to get the first argument. So if args 0, well, actually, first we'll make it easier for us. We'll we'll do string second arg, or string s argument. Let's do argument right now. Equals args 0, and then we can do if argument dot equals ignore case, and we always want to use ignore case because if the command is typed in, like for example, if we're typing in the heal command, if it was typed in like that, or if it was typed in like that, or if it was typed in like that, you know, either of them work. So if the argument, there's just the argument right after the InvBackup. Pretty much it command label is before the first argument. So when you type in a command, you do slash heal, and then you can heal a player. This would be the command label, and this would be the argument 0. So player would be equal to argument 0, and then if you type any other commands after this, that is equal to argument 1, 2, and 3. So it'd be arg 3 or 2 is this one, and then or this is actually argument 1. It starts at 0, then it counts up. pretty much. So that's how that works. And we're going to type in, so if it equals ignore case, and we'll do show. I'm trying to think what we should do here. Maybe we could create like subcategories. So if argument equals ignore case, get get timestamps, or show inventories. Show inventories. Then we can type in end over here, argument dot equals ignore case si, and we can type in a bunch of stuff here, argument dot equals ignore case show inventory, and argument dot equals ignore case show inv, and any other possible collections or possible what am I saying? Any other possible things we can add there. We can add to there later. Actually, it's multiple inventories. So, you know what? Let me just think for a second. I'm gonna pause it while I think. All right, for now I just narrowed it down to these two arguments. So now, what we can do is we can retrieve the other arguments. So let's say the arguments after this command, we'll do string player name equals args1, because that'll be the argument right after this command, just show inventories and then player. And pretty much you'll type it in like this. It'll be IB or InvBackup, and then show invs, and then my player name. So that's how it's gonna work. First of all, we want to check if this is an actual player. So we want to do bucket dot, or we'll do an if statement, and if bucket dot get player, and then we'll do player name, and then does not equal null. It will continue, but if it does equal null, it'll say nope. I'm kidding. We'll just say messenger dot player message and player not found, and then we'll do space and then plus player name. Alright, so actually one thing we want to type in, actually check if there's a second argument after this command. So if args.length is equal to 2, it will continue. I'm just going to tab all this in. Alright, so if the argument length is equal to 2, it will continue, else messenger.player message, please enter player, or we'll type in just a usage message, so usage, and then slash show ims. Make it easier with these caps in this. So show ims player. Alright, so if the command doesn't have 2 arguments, it'll show this usage statement for this command. And if it does, it'll continue and transfer the second argument, which is written as 1, to player name, and continue. So since now we have checked that the player does exist, and the argument the player exists, and that the person who entered the command actually entered the player, we want to check if this player has permissions to type in this command. So this is where we get into permissions stuff. So if I open cost distance listener, like one of my other plugins, and I go to my resources here somewhere, there's my plugin YML. As you can see down here, I have permissions, and I'm just going to kind of drag this over to my second monitor to make it easier for me, because I want to make sure that I get this correct. And then we will, down below our commands here, type in permissions, and then we take, I think it's 4 spaces. Yeah, 4 spaces in, like that. We want to do IB. Wait, actually, let's do InvBackup. So InvBackup dot, we'll do, for this command, InvBackup dot show inventories. I think we should do this on inventories. We'll do this on lowercase, just in case. Doesn't look wonderful, but. And by the way, if you space in with Eclipse when you're editing YML, it automatically makes it spaces and not tabs. So description gives access to the command, or we don't want to use some more colons in this. Gives access to the /IB show ins command. Let's get rid of that. So there's our first permission, and then down here we can type in if, and well actually first of all we'll get the player. So we'll do Bukkit dot get player name. We'll do so player well actually we can't use P because we used it up there. Player, we'll just do player equals Bukkit dot get player, and then we can do player dot, I think it's here, yeah, so it's where we type in if player dot has permission, and I'll just copy this. I'm not sure if caps matters or not, so I'm just not going to worry about that. If player dot has permission, InvBackup dot show inventory. Actually, no, not here. Sorry, I'm stupid. What you want to do is in this whole command thing, so I'm going to tab all of this in one more. It's a lot of if statements, but that's what we got to do. So tab all this in, and then below here we want to do if p dot has permission. I'll paste that here. Messenger dot missing permission. Oh, this is actually something I didn't do. I usually have this set up in my Messenger, but I don't think I do for this one. We'll just create a, first of all I have to change that, and then we have to create a method, missing permission in Messenger. I want to do, this would require a player, pretty much just sends a message. You want to do a player message, which is the same method up here. And we'll do missing, or you do not have permission for this command. Just simple little message, and then back here it should work to type in P. There we go. So if it's missing permission, it'll show the missing permission message. And the reason I put that in Messenger is because you'll use it a lot in commands and just everything around this whole thing. So after all of those checks are done, we've got the player. Now what we want to do is actually, we could point this towards a method. Let's just think here. I want to show all the inventories. So that means if I was to open the server files for this, which is not in here, not in here either, right here. If I open my YML file here, I have all these backups. Now, maybe I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to show this. Should it be like InvBackup backup number and then a timestamp after that? I think that seems pretty good. So let's put this in a different script. I noticed we only have one package, which is kind of meh. I don't really like it doing that. We can organize this a bit more if you want to create a new package. com.runecodes.plugins.invbackup. And then we can do. By the way, don't use com.runecodes and everything. That's my own thing. Use your own domain, and if not, use your own email. And then we can do invBackup.player handler. Seems good. I'll move that over there. Update references. So you have player data in there. I'd like to create a method. com.runecodes.plugins.invbackup.core. Core, I'm just going to put in config, messenger, we'll do inventory serializer, that seems good, and then we can do package com.runecodes.plugins.invbackup.listeners, and then here we can put in inv command listener, InvBackup listener, and then we're good. So in our main class we have InvBackup timer and InvBackup. Awesome. So we have all those, and now we can go back here, and I kind of want to create a new script in player handler, and we'll just call not a new package, just a new class, and we'll call this handle. Maybe we can just call it player handler script, the main player handler script. And then here, we can add a method, and that can be called, well, first of all, will we need a config here? I'm trying to think if we'll need a config here. I don't know, but for now we'll just call the methods we need to. So I was just wondering if we needed a config instantiation here, but I don't think we need to. So public, and we'll do public string. I'll just do a void for now. I'll do get player saved inventories. It's actually very long. Get player invs. That's good. Player p. We could return a string collection. Actually, that'd be cool. And we want to import, org.bukkit.entity.player, and then a string. I don't know if you can instantiate these. I hope you can. String player inv invs. Actually, we want to make this just numbers though too. And this is actually I was thinking of having a class like this where we return a list of all of them serialized, but we could do yeah, this is gonna be interesting. So get player inv. We'll just do this for now. So anyway, string player invs equals new string collection. No, wait, I think we just do this. Alright, so that creates an empty player inventory string collection, and then we can do want to do InvBackup want to create an if statement first. So if InvBackup dot player data map, which we actually might want to move this over to this script. In fact, let's do that if we can. We'll have to fix all the references. So up here we'll do that, and then back here there's going to be problems. We have to do player handler dot player data map, and we have to import player handler dot player data map, player handler dot player data map. We can actually move these methods over there too. In fact, let's do that. Let's move inventory save latest over there. So we'll move that over to InvBackup. Hold on. Why is that not working anymore? One sec. I already figured out why. We have to do InvBackup.maxSaves. Alright. Now we can go over here and we have to do player handler, import player handler. Alright, and this is the only place we used it. And then down here, back to here, we can now just do if player data map dot contains key, and the key is P. And continue. If it doesn't contain that key, then that's kind of impossible, but if not, we'll have to return player ims anyway. So if player data map dot contains key P, and then we want to do player data map dot get T. So I want to do player data file equals player data map dot get P, and then we want to do change to that. There we go. Then we want to do file dot get integer backups dot number. So int save number equals file dot get int backups dot number, and then if save number dot, or if save number equals 0, I'd like to return a message saying there are no backups for this player. So we want to do player ims dot wonder how you add it. Let me just think about this for a second. Wait, maybe we can do an array list actually. So we want to do array list. That's probably an easier way to do this. I just need to think about it. String s equals, or player ins equals new array list string. Let's import array list java.util. We want to return array list string. So now we can do player ins dot add or we can do set, right? I want to set 0. I think it's 0 anyway. What if the first element of a list is 0? I think it is. I'm gonna just take a little wild guess there. I think it is. I don't know why I forget that, but no player inventories saved yet for this player. And if the save number does not equal 0, you can add a for statement for save number, or for int I, we'll do int I equals 1, and we'll do I is less than or equal to save number. So pretty much if I is equal, first of all, I is equal to 1, 4, and then it checks that I is less than or equal to the number of saves, and then we'll do I plus plus, because at the end we want to continue adding to this. So this is our for statement, and what we want to do is we want to do file dot get. We want to get string. So we think we're going to have to add to player data here. Below get in, we want to do public string get get string, and then return player data dot get string path. Alright, there we go. And we want to do down here player data dot, or no, sorry, file dot get string, and the path is backups dot save number. So we're going to do backups plus I plus dot. This is just getting the timestamp. Okay, so we got the timestamp. So string, and this is all caps sensitive. It needs to be in caps correctly. And the string timestamp equals file.getString backups timestamp, and then you want to do player ims dot add backups dot what am I doing? Sorry. Player ims dot add, and then we'll do I plus. So this is this will go backup 1, and then I'm gonna do. Maybe we can get the inventory size. This is gonna be a lot more interesting then. Maybe we could save the size per inventory too on inventory save, because that would be useful here. Well, then again, a player's inventory is always the same size. We'll just do this. So it'll say the number, so it'll be like this. It'll be like 1, and then we want to do time. Or maybe we could do backup 1. So let's do backup, and then so it'll be like this. It'll be backup. Whoops. Backup 1. Maybe we can add a space. It'll be like that. And then we can just add the timestamp. So like, how did I save that again? Be like this. That seems alright. And then we'll do, so out here after the space we'll do, that's 2 spaces, wait no, it's 1 space. Then we'll do plus, and we'll do timestamp. So it adds all of those to the array list, and then at the end here we want to do return player ims again. We can actually just have this, it returns it anyway, so why not just have that out of the statement. So it does all this and returns this. I'll just return an empty array list if everything goes wrong. So we want to before the for statement. Let's make sure it's before the for statement. Player ims dot. We'll do add first. And we'll do what should we put? So backups, or current backups for player. We'll do plus p dot get name. So this is just kind of a whole list of things that's going to be sent to the player, and I'm going to try and decide how we're going to handle this kind of list, and how we're gonna split it up in the player chat. I'm going to do some testing, but anyway, that's a very long episode. I just realized we can't actually access this yet, but we will next episode. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.